Hey, I'm Jeff and welcome back to another video. I know plant collections evolve over time and it seems like the downsizing trend continues, so I thought I'd share with you a few plants in my collection that are really easy to care for and they don't make you absolutely lose your mind with the endless amount of plant chores. So let's check it out. The first type of plant I'm going to start with is the pothos plant. Now before you click away, there are many common and rare varieties. So like this one right here, this is the Bali Hanuman. I think that's how you say it. This is the Epiprenum pinatum. This one right here in the beautiful trailing basket type form is the global green. So not only are they really easy to care for, regardless of the variety that you have, but they also look absolutely beautiful. Now there's a couple ways you can grow these. One as the hanging basket, which you commonly see like in big box stores and that sort of thing. Or you can grow them as a climbing plant and they eventually get these large massive leaves, and sometimes they do get the fenestrations, these slits in the leaves as well. Even the common varieties like this Marble Queen, it just has beautiful, beautiful variegation. This one is the Golden Hawaiian. It has lots of it has more of the yellow variegation in the leaves. And then one of my absolute favorite varieties is the Mandula pothos, which I have growing on a moss pole. You can have other varieties like the green and yellow. This is the Yellow Flame. And then this one back here, this is the Mandula Olivia something, but just absolutely striking variegation on these leaves. Even the old boring green variety, this one's actually a golden pothos, which is reverted to just the regular green. I find this one extremely interesting, and they are common for a reason. They require virtually no maintenance. Basically, you just provide them with sufficient light, water when they are dry, and that's pretty much all you have to do. I'm growing a bunch of them up support systems like moss poles and wood planks. But they are absolutely gorgeous just as a trailing plant as well. This one right here is the Epiprenum pinatum Baltic Blue. It's got these beautiful fenestrations in the leaves. Although these are common, many varieties, like even the plain ones or the Baltic Blue, they just end up being beautiful plants, and in my opinion, I would consider them fairly pest resistant as well compared to, say, like a philodendron. These ones really don't get pests. At least downstairs here in my collection. Whenever I water these plants, I take them over to the bathroom. I have a garden hose in my basement here, and I just simply spray off the leaves, the front and the back side. And that's really all I do for preventative maintenance, I guess you can say, with pests. I just soak the plant and wash the leaves. Otherwise, these plants just continuously look beautiful all the time. The next type is the Monstera deliciosa, and just like the pothos, you can have the very common varieties or you can have ones that are rare. Now, rare ones can get quite expensive, but the price of some of the plants like this Monstera mint, it's finally getting a nice larger leaf. The prices are coming down, so I don't want to say they're cheap, but I think this one was around $80. And same with the Monstera Burromarx Flame. This is mine that I have growing in pond up a moss pole, but you can find these ones in plant shops for like $80 now. So if you're looking for just a different variety of Monstera, then there's definitely some, I guess, more affordable options out there. You can also find like single node cuttings, or you can trade plants on Facebook Marketplace as well. So if you have something a little bit less common to offer to someone else, then you can definitely do plant trades to find just the different varieties out there. Probably the favorite plant that I have in my entire collection is this water-grown Monstera right now, and it's getting a new leaf. Like, look at this beast. It is growing just in straight water. This started as an experiment plant. I wanted to see if I could get a Monstera to maturity just in straight water. So it's been in this container or different containers for the past 2 years, and it's just turned into this absolutely gorgeous plant. These leaves are massive. So even the common varieties, they can be absolutely stunning. I have another one over here. The leaves are looking a little bit droopy, so I think it needs a repot, which that will be another video down the road, but it is getting a new leaf as well. So absolutely gorgeous. And here is my Thai constellation. I can't remember exactly what I paid for this one specifically, but you can find these like for smaller plants for like $30 now. I think, you know, plants this size, I've seen them advertised in the States at Costco for like $40 or $30. So you can find beautiful varieties for fairly cheap now. The one thing that I've noticed about this plant, at least for me in my conditions, is that it grows fairly slow. So the other varieties, like these green ones, they grow quite quick, and especially the one growing in water. This was just a small cutting 2 years ago, and look at the size of this stem. It is beefy. Over here is my kind of hidden Monstera corner. This one right here is the Sierriana. This one is the Brazil form. Down here is the green on green. This one right here is the Monstera aurea tricolor. So it has light green, dark green, and white. And this one, it's not looking the greatest right now. These ones are kind of, I don't want to say struggling. I repotted them and they're recovering. But this is the yellow Maryland. This is the, I guess, the large form of the Monstera aurea. So the Brazil, I think I got it for like $20. It's a node cutting. The Sierriana, this one I got from a plant shop for, I think it was like $35. The tricolor, it was a little bit more expensive. I think it was around $80 or $100. The Maryland, it can still be quite expensive as well. There are definitely some beautiful varieties out there. It's obviously just dependent on your budget and what you want to pay. This plant, the Sierriana, I saw at a discounted rate at one of my plant shops, local plant shops, for like $20, and I was considering picking up another one. But this one is such a fast grower that probably in the next few months or even a year, I'll probably chop it up and make plants for free. It's already getting another new leaf. The next group of plants I'm going to group together, and that is cacti or cactus and succulents like my beautiful jade plant. And I know there are many people out there that struggle with these, and that's mainly due to the lack of light. If you don't give these plants really high light, then they really don't grow much, and they actually struggle fairly quickly if you don't give them highlights. I always recommend putting this in your brightest window that you have in your house. That is really pretty much it. Otherwise, just water when the soil is absolutely bone dry. And there are some really cool looking plants out there. I have pretty much all of my cacti and succulents in my south facing window. I do have some on a plant shelf just off to the side, but they are under grow lights. And I do have a couple different plants hanging from the curtain rod, like this burro's tail. These jade plants are awesome because you can grow them in these tree-like structures, or you can grow them as like a little mini forest. This one right here is the mother plant. I did cut back all the stems just to help strengthen it, and you can see it's getting new little buds. But whichever way you grow it, the bush style or the tree style, you can prune them and shape them in a way that, yeah, they just grow into these like tree-like structures. So I do have many videos on jade plants. You can go check out the jade plant playlist for knowing how to prune and shape and all that kind of stuff. Now for cactus or cacti, there are some cool varieties like this fuzzy looking guy right here, and this one right here is the blue candle cactus, I think. But the awesome thing about cacti is when you can actually get them to flower. There are some varieties out there that just have these big, massive, gorgeous flowers, just absolutely beautiful. So give them high light, water when the soil is absolutely bone dry, and that's pretty much it. If you can dial in the light for these plants, give them super bright light, you won't have a problem. Now, I will say I have killed many of these in the past, and my issue was pretty much having it in not sufficient light. So you put them on a coffee table or you put them off to the side of a window. You think it looks bright, but it's not, and eventually they get root rot just because they have such thin fibrous roots. It doesn't take long for the roots to rot if it's sitting in soggy soil. High light is key for both succulents and cacti. But if you've never tried these, get yourself one, give it a bright spot, test it out, and I guarantee that you'll be surprised at how easy they are to care for once you know their basic care requirements. The last type might be a little more controversial, but these are the Phalaenopsis orchids. I do have one Paphiopedilum. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It has flowered in the past, but it's getting some new growth. But orchids are known obviously for their flowers. Once the flower spike dies off, you can trim it back, and then hopefully that will encourage new blooms. Otherwise, they are just, you know, these plain leaf looking plants. And as they get new leaves, over time, they will push out another flower spike. Upstairs, I do have a few orchids as well. I have one off to the side of my south-facing window. It's in a wally grow pot, and this is the only one that is blooming for me right now. And I do have I think it's 3 different varieties of the mini Phalaenopsis orchids on my plant shelf. But even though these are not flowering right now, I still love watching them grow. They got these cool, chunky roots. And I know people actually throw these out once the flower blooms die. They think the plant is dead, but in fact, it's not. They have these beautiful strap-like leaves. And yeah, I just can't wait for them to regrow. So I'm not going to talk much more about these plants. If you like orchids, pick up a few more. They are such wonderful plants, and they fill in this area on my plant table. And when they're in bloom, they're just absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoyed the plants that I selected. Now I know it's probably not the most exciting thing if you just have a whole collection of pothos, but it's how you arrange it as well. If you toss in a few cacti in amongst some monstera and then have like a separate table with orchids, it's just how you arrange them, and they obviously grow at different stages. There'll be some flowers in there if you have some orchids. So I think it's a nice balanced collection right now. They're all easy to care for plants for me, and I really don't have to do much with them. Now obviously these plants grow well in my environment and my conditions. So I think that's going to be pretty much it for this video. If you have any other comments or questions, please leave it down below in the comments section. Thanks for watching all my videos, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bye.